Okay, so I am doing this mainly as an experiment. I haven't tried streaming anything on here, but as some of you will know, Cancellation Baby, the poem that I used in the last video on this site, um, I've taken on the frankly Sisyphean effort of adding a new verse to that whenever anyone says that they've been cancelled. And we currently have, I think, 3 or 4 verses that have been added since the original writing. So what I want to do is update that regularly. And in order to do that, I thought it might be easier to stream the updates directly and then just log them on the channel rather than keep doing proper recordings and editing videos and all the rest of it, since I'm probably going to have to keep putting up new versions of that poem pretty often. I'm not going to do it like so often that it becomes spam. Like, I'm probably only going to update it once a week with whatever new verses have been added that week, but that's what I'm going to do. But I thought I might do a quick test stream now with a different poem. And part of the reason for that really is just that I've just came off the Choose Poetry, Choose Life stream, which Pam Benjamin hosts, and Erin Gannon and Andy Talbot. Tonight we only had Pam hosting because Erin was out at another gig, Survivors Poetry event in Glasgow. So, yay for that. Because there weren't a lot of us at the session tonight, we kind of kept going around and doing poems. And this is a poem that I was going to do if we got to the next round, because it kind of was suggested by a few things people had mentioned in between, and I never got around to doing it. And I've not done it for a while. And, I just, it's there now. It's on the surface, and it's a memorized poem. It's a dome poem. It's not one where I'm going to be reading it off a phone, which is another reason why I only want to do the updates for Cancellation Baby once a week, because I don't want to just be coming on here every day and going, is your sense of comic timing deader than a parrot, for the John Cleese verse. Yeah, if I give myself a little bit of time so I can remember them, that's what I'm thinking. And it occurs to me I probably should have used my microphone for this, because I imagine the sound probably isn't going to sound great. But fuck it. This is live. It's being recorded live. I've not announced it or anything, so none of you are watching right now. But we could maybe make this a regular thing. I don't know. But anyway, so this is the poem I was going to do, but we kind of ran out of time in the session. This is called The Marking Out of Ground. We mark out space for violence and ritual. Tatame, magic, circle, the 4 corners of a ring. In bleachers and ballrooms, from skybox and suicide seats, we spectate, separate from those we designate to suffer. Fists taped, oil anointed, hurling salt, half clothed, as if for sacrifice. How long has this been going on? The model actress, call her what you like, reads from a minatory script before the slabs begin to be exchanged. Always, it seems, we've sat and watched the suffering of others, found redemption in the spit and spite we see, and blood, yes, sometimes blood. Should we apologize for that? Rush off and take communion, gaze on that man, half naked, beautiful, who suffers. We mark out space for ritual and violence. Tatame, the four corners of a ring, and altars reredos, the stations of the cross. To point out, the reredos is the area in a church, the raised area surrounding an altar. I read an advice piece back in 1999 by someone who said to never use the following words in poems, and one of them was shards, obviously. One of them was gossamer, but reredos was another one. And of course, because of the nature of what I'm like, I immediately thought, I will use reredos in a poem at some point, but I will use it in a poem where it seems apt. And I like to think that marking out of ground does make it seem quite apt. So probably going to maybe do some more of these. I don't know. It's a possible format we'll be using for updating the new Cancellation Baby verses. Either way, the new version of Cancellation Baby will be up here on Friday, however I decide to do it, whether I decide to do it live or whether I decide to just like record it. But yeah, it's going to be up here at some point. So have a nice night, and I will see you soon. Cheers. Bye. End.